she wasn't able to come. But George Russell, a class member, is going to read her statement. Pamela Brown is a professor emeritus. She has lived for 30 plus years in Arcata, California, Humboldt County. Prior to retiring 12 years ago, she was a professor for 30 years at our own Humboldt State University. She works for social work, change, justice, and human rights. So as I said, George is going to read her statement.
Yes? Okay. My life emotionally and intellectually fell apart in October 2023. As I witnessed and read about the horror inflicted on innocent children, women, and men in Gaza over days, then weeks, then months, and now more than a year, I continued down a dark hole that my friends began to remark on. The distress and despondency I experience have been profound, unlike any other time in my life. Added to this was the disruption to close, long-term, deep friendships with my Jewish friends, resulting in social and emotional isolation from them due to their support of Israel, or at the very least, choosing to ignore what was happening. Since then, I've worked tirelessly to bring my community the reality of what Palestinians have faced for 70 plus years under Israeli domination and later occupation. We hosted sold-out showings of documentaries about how Palestinians lived before 2023, had panel discussions, marched along local streets, helped supply students on campus with needed supplies, and wrote pieces and letters in our local newspapers. This was all done in collaboration with other people to try to stop the genocide, which has been the plan since Zionists arrived on Palestinian land, as documented in the archives in Israel. Jared Huffman's choice to not stand against this complete destruction of entire communities, and most recently targeted shots at refugee camps, physicians, and aid workers, is a serious dereliction of his duties as my representative. Calls, emails, and attempts to make appointments to talk about this have been useless. Due to the impact of making me complicit in this genocide by not voting against sending arms to Israel, I suffer and have been harmed as a federal taxpayer. I am unwillingly forced to financially support this genocide with my federal tax dollars. This emotional distress is simply not sustainable for me. Congressman Jared Huffman needs to be accountable for the loss of more than 45,000 lives, and I am using what recourse is left to me. We bring him to federal court to make him stop using our federal tax dollars to fund genocide.
Thank you. Yeah.